at Anthem.com. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California, independent licensee of the Blue Cross Association.
The brown spots on your face bother you more every day, and they certainly won't lighten on their own. If you're suffering with melasma, hyperpigmentation, or spots from sun damage, Dr. Rispler and the team at LDI have revolutionary new technology that's FDA approved and works on all skin tones. LDI is the first in all of California to offer this breakthrough treatment. It's safe, affordable, virtually pain-free with minimal to no downtime. If you've tried those expensive fading creams, chemical peels, microdermabrasion, old laser technology, or IPL, and it just doesn't work, you need to call Dr. Rispler and the team at LDI now to schedule a 100% free consultation. Call 800-606-6000, 800-606-6000. This treatment has also proven effective on birthmarks and removal of even the most colorful, stubborn tattoo ink. Because who hasn't been to Tijuana? Call 800-606-6000, 800-606-6000, or schedule online at getldi.com.
Yeah, baby! Discount Tire and Service Centers has got the biggest savings around. Buy 2 tires, get 2 free on select hand-cooked Kumho and Pirelli tires in stock, up to $200. Or get 10% instant saving on all other brands. We also offer the best auto services around. We can take care of your brakes, oil changes, scheduled tune-ups, and more. Visit DiscountTireCenters.com or call 800-80-TIRES. Restrictions apply. See store for details. Discount Tire and Service Center. Pay less. Buy more.
8:14 on Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good morning, I'm Dick Hilton.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Coming up,
A dangerous crosswalk cost this city of Los Angeles $50 million. This is Frank Motek. Mortgage rates spike this week. Tech stocks reach for new highs. Your money at 8:20.
I'm Randy Cardoon. It's week 6 of the NFL that kicks off tonight in our Inside Baseball report, coming up in 10 minutes.
and producer Harvey Weinstein leaves town as the scandal over his alleged sexual abuse continues to intensify.
Those stories are coming up in the next 15 minutes, but first it's 8:15. Your traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s, brought to you by Discount Tire Centers. Here's Jennifer York.
All right, so I know that Orange County's been really struggling this week because of the 241 closure, which, by the way, is still closed from the 91 down to Santiago Canyon. The 91 westbound is heavy from the 15 north out of Temescal Canyon, Temescal Valley, I should say, is just jam-packed. The southbound 55 looks like a parking lot, getting away from the 91 down to the 5. The 57 south, like yesterday, just crawling out of Diamond Bar, heading into the crush as well. All right, we're going to go to Pacific Coast Detroit 5 Jam Cam. I believe Scott's got the latest, or excuse me, Desmond's got the latest on this.
Yeah, we have a brand new crash here as you leave Dana Point. This is northbound side of the 5, right around Camino Capistrano. There's a truck on its side. There's a big rig involved. The 2 right lanes are taken away, and it's turning into a really nasty backup now, back from Camino de Estrella and Building. And because of how squirrely streets are around there's no one easy way to get around this. If you want to get down to Coast Highway, where that bends around, and then join the freeway up ahead, right around San Juan Creek, then that could save you some time. Of course, it does get very heavy again as you head through the Irvine area. Let's get an update on the bad situation in Lakeview Terrace 210 with Scott Bird.
Well, it's now a Sigler just issued here, 210 eastbound Osborne. The 2 left lanes are closed. Real bad crash with a big rig and a car. There was somebody trapped. So that is backing up the 210 eastbound, starting right around Hubbard. Getting around that, you want to use Foothill Boulevard. Also affecting the 118 eastbound. Real tough there back to San Fernando Valley, San Fernando Road as you head over to the 210 interchange. Cleared up those problems on the 5 around Lakewood. Ryan Douglas.
We sure have. All lanes open. Northbound 5 at Lakewood Rosemead. That's good news. Bad news is you're still heavy from Carmenita. Once you're past Lakewood Rosemead, you're looking good. Up to the 710, then heavy from the 710 into East LA.
101 eastbound Ventura Freeway, right around Tampa. We had a 3-car crash to the second lane from the left. Also a problem working 101 east at Van Nuys, making for a real tough drive from Winnetka all the way over to the 170 split on that eastbound Ventura. Have a plumbing issue? We'll call SoCal Plumbers 911 for a licensed, experienced, reliable plumber. Call 877-PLUMBER. That's 877-PLUMBER. Visit SoCalPlumbers911.com. Our next report is at 8:25. I'm Jennifer York with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
All right, hope you're having a great day as we go through this afternoon. Highs along the coast at 72 with patchy clouds. Sea breeze for the basin, downtown LA, and the OC metro areas will sit at 76. 79 to about 81 for the valleys, Inland Empire, and high deserts, and 65 for the mountains. We'll warm up a bit more on Friday and even more so on Saturday as the offshore winds pick up, the relative humidity goes down, and of course the fire danger goes up right through the weekend. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Craig Herrera, KNX 1070 News Radio.
It has 65, same thing in Fullerton and Anaheim right now. It's 66 degrees.
818 at KNX. A jogger driver who suffered permanent brain damage after being hit in a crosswalk in Hollywood has settled with the city of L.A. for $15 million.
It's the latest huge settlement approved by the city council in a lawsuit over L.A.'s poor road conditions. Attorney Daniel Blvd says his client, Johnny Victoria, spent about 2 years in a vegetative state after the 2013 accident at Franklin and Las Palmas.
The residents in that area have been complaining to the city for over a decade about the unique problems at that intersection.
Blvd says the traffic backs up and it's hard for drivers coming down the hill to see pedestrians. No comment from the city attorney's office. Blvd says Victoria, a Navy vet who served in Afghanistan, now functions like a child and needs 24/7 care.
The family is very happy that they're going to be able to get the medical care that Johnny needs, and they're also happy that the city's going to take positive steps to make this particular intersection safer.
Claudia Pescutai, KNX 1070 News Radio.
The city of LA's reached a settlement with the family of a man who was killed by police. They agreed to pay that family $2 million without admitting any wrongdoing. In fact, the officer shot the man. They said he'd lunged at them with a knife that he had used earlier to stab himself, trying to commit suicide. But the family insisted that he was unarmed. DA's office said the shooting was justified, and the officers have not been charged.
The LA City Controller once again sounding the alarm, saying the city of Los Angeles is tight on money and needs to save to avoid a financial crisis and possible service cuts.
The Great Recession hurt the city tremendously and meant a lot of cuts in employees and a lot of cuts in services. We do not want to see that happen again.
He says spending has to be smart.
We need to maintain a strong reserve in our city, and we have been dipping into that reserve rather than being more careful in terms of how the spending occurs. And it is absolutely vital that we not overextend ourselves.
He says city expenses grew by more than 5% over the past year, but revenue increased by about 4%.
Anaheim Ducks took a few moments last night at the game to honor some local victims of the Las Vegas massacre.
The Ducks are proud to welcome 20 special individuals from the Orange County area who were either injured or performed heroically as a first responder on that tragic day.
It was the first time since the massacre that some of the local survivors had all been in the same place at the same time.
8:20 at KNX.
Let's update your money. Here's Frank Motek.
Good morning. Big news in the real estate business. Mortgage rates up for the second week in a row. In fact, we've seen a pretty big spike this past week. According to mortgage giant Freddie Mac's latest survey, the average 30-year fix is now to 3.91%, and the 15-year fix is up to 3.21%. The 15-year adjustable, I should say the 5-year arm, that is, did actually slip this past week at 3.16%. Mortgage rates have picked up a bit in the past month. Rates on home loans typically track the yield on the 10-year note, which has been increasing in recent weeks. Now, fewer people on unemployment lines over the past week, according to the Labor Department. Unemployment claims down to 15,000 over the past week, and overall, the number of people collecting unemployment has hit a 44-year low. President Trump's tax overall package getting some resistance from Republican lawmakers in high-tax states, including here in California. Labor unions and business groups like realtors pressing the Trump administration to reconsider. They're opposed to plans to scrap the federal deduction for state and local taxes. And the president has made no secret he's frustrated with the failure of Congress to repeal and replace Obamacare. Looks like we'll be getting an announcement today to try to put his own stamp on health care with an executive order that aims to make lower premium insurance plans available to more consumers. The Dow right now slipping 9 from its all-time high. The S&P 500 down 2. The Nasdaq at an all-time high, up a point. We check the money at 20 and 50. Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
An American woman and her family released from the Taliban. More coming up in 1 minute. It's 8:21. If you filed a tax extension, October 16th is the deadline, and it's right around the corner. But what do you do if you still can't pay what you owe? Well, the absolute worst thing to do is nothing. Every day you put it off, the IRS is just crushing you with crazy penalties and interest. But don't call the IRS on your own. They're the most brutal collection agency on the planet. This is what you do. You call the pros at Rush Tax Resolution. Rush Tax is here locally, and they're the only ones I recommend. One listener who called Rush Tax owed, get this, $1.1 million, and Rush settled for less than $5,900. Another owed $90,000, and Rush settled with the IRS for $100. Really, $100. If you own a business that are behind on payroll taxes, the IRS has the power to shut you down. But Rush Tax can protect both you and your business today. They have an incredible zero complaint history and are A+ rated with the BBB. So you got to call 855-IRS-CALL, and they'll tell you for free if they can help you out. 855-477-2255. 855-IRS-CALL or rushtaxresolution.com.
When searching for kitchen remodeling, search the Kitchen Store, Culver City.
Teams that are lighting it up. Carson Wentz and the Eagles battle Cam Newton and the Panthers. Thursday night football tonight on CBS and NFL Network.
823 at KNX. So the president is praising the release of an American woman and her family who had been held for years by a radical group linked to the Taliban in Afghanistan. The woman and her Canadian husband were kidnapped in Afghanistan in 2012. While she was pregnant, she later had 2 other kids while in captivity. Over the years, family had been moved around along the Afghan-Pakistan border, and their release was finally negotiated by Pakistan. But interestingly, there's an NBC News national security producer now saying that the family refused to get on a plane that was provided for them to take them out of Pakistan. So it could be an interesting development there, and we're on it for you.
Some tapes of unreleased music from the late singer and musician Prince have been shipped to California, and a couple of his sisters are not very happy about that. In fact, they're threatening legal action if the music is not sent back to Minnesota. Those recordings are among the most valuable pieces of his nearly $200 million estate. The executor says that they are moving the master tapes to an entertainment storage and archive company to, quote, ensure the preservation of Prince's audio and visual content.
824 at KNX, going back to Lakeview Terrace, East 210 before Osborne had that crash. It's now a SIG alert, so we'll tell you more in 1 minute. 824.
It's week 6 of the NFL. Here's Randy Cardoon.
Great matchup tonight. All 2 4-1 teams. 2 4-1 teams. The Eagles, the Panthers. They'll play in Carolina at 5:30. Sunday, of course, the Rams are in Jacksonville. The Chargers are in Oakland. Time for our KNX 1070 Inside Baseball Report, brought to you by your Southern California Chevrolet dealer. While the Dodgers wait to see who they'll face Saturday, Game 1 of the NLCS at the Ravine. Manager Dave Roberts likes the position his team is in right now.
I think that being able to set your rotation, not having to travel the first 2 games of the series, I think are huge advantages. I think that's the byproduct of having the season that we had. So, yeah, to be at home and watch games and see how things play out and to go through a workout the next few days, we're in a pretty good place.
Nationals and Cubs will play Game 5 of their set tonight at 5. Yankees and Astros open ALCS play tomorrow in Houston. From the Southern California Chevy Dealer Sports Desk, Randy Cardoon, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Just keeps falling on Harvey Weinstein. Another actress has come out claiming sexual harassment. The NYPD has opened a case. He's supposedly in rehab. We've got in-depth team coverage coming up at the bottom of the hour, 8:30. It is 8:25.
Brought to you by Howard. Your traffic and weather together every 10 minutes of the 5s. Here's Jennifer York.
All right, we're going to run you a Desmond. He's got the Pacific Coast River at 5 and Jam Cam Des.
Yeah, leaving Dana Point here, brand new Stigler. This is a truck on its side. There's a semi involved. This is northbound 5 past the Camino Capistrano. The 3 right lanes blocked off here. It is a solid right now coming away from Avenida Vista Hermosa. There's no one easy way to get around this, unfortunately. If you want to work your way down to Coast Highway and then back up Del Obispo or Camino Capistrano, that can save you some time. The worst of the 5, though, is going to be ahead all volume, part of the ripple effect with the closure of the 241 from Irvine up towards the El Toro Y. Another nasty Stigler in Lakeview Terrace, 210 with Scott Burt.
It's a crash with a big rig and a car, 210 eastbound at Osborne. That's where the 2 left lanes are blocked, and it's basically backing up the 210 eastbound starting right around Hubbard. So getting around that, use Foothill Boulevard, try to get on anywhere east of Osborne. 118 also affected. Very heavy there back to San Fernando Road, heading over to the 210. 60 freeway, Brian Douglas.
Start on the westbound side. This is you're coming up on your Wilcox-Garfield exit. We've got the first lane from the left blocked with a crash, and that's got you heavy from Paramount. And then eastbound at Paramount, that's where you load up because we've got a crash right before the 605. That, too, is in your left lane.
Hang in there, people in Orange County. I've heard the frustration from all your phone calls. 241 completely shut down from the 91 down to Santiago Canyon. Stay tuned to KNX. We'll let you know when they reopen it. But in the meantime, wow, consequences. South 55 just jam-packed from the 91 down to the 5. 57 just parking lot, literally from the Diamond Bar area down to the Crush. West 91 still very heavy out of Corona, and the North 15 tough from the Temesco Valley up towards the 91. Howard's brand name appliance TVs and mattresses since 1946. Visit howards.com for the showroom nearest you. Howard, 71 years of making your house a home. Our next report is at 8:35. I'm Jennifer York. It's more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Still some low clouds will fog out around the airport along the coastal communities, but later on in the day, mostly sunny. Temps will be in the 70s. Right now it's 65.
Harvey Weinstein's been a member of the Film Academy here for 20 years. Now the Academy's board is going to meet to decide, well, what should they do about this? More in 3 minutes. It's 8:27.
Your Southern California Chevy dealers, home to huge savings on award-winning cars like the 2017 Chevy Cruze. with a host of high-tech features at your fingertips, like advanced phone integration, wireless connectivity, and more for built-in on-the-road convenience. For confidence behind the wheel, Cruise has you covered with a unique combination of responsive safety technologies, from an available rear vision camera to forward collision alerts. Cruise is always on guard. Need extra room to do more? Check out the first-ever Cruise hatchback with more than enough cargo space and versatility for whatever fuels your passion. Plus, remarkable entertainment technology and exceptional efficiency without losing an inch of style. From zipping around city streets to navigating winding roads, Chevy Cruise gets you where you're going without missing a beat. And right now, whatever Cruise you choose, you'll get an incredible offer to go along with it. See your Southern California Chevy dealers today and visit SoCalChevy.com.
I just can't wait to replace my windows and doors, said no homeowner ever. The task seems overwhelming, the process complicated. It's just too hard to envision the results. Well, that's about to change. Integrity Windows and Doors from Marvin is offering homeowners an invaluable window replacement guide at replacementmadeeasy.com. It will turn confusion into confidence. Compiled by industry experts, it describes and simplifies the process. Learn about the anatomy of a window and browse through style and performance options. Discover how the type of window you choose and the way it operates can complement the architecture of your home. Get all the details on how energy-efficient options can help to lower your utility bills. Stop waiting and start enhancing your home. Download your window replacement guide at replacementmadeeasy.com. That's replacementmadeeasy.com.
On an AMA Waterways river cruise, you don't just pass through a destination, you experience it. Our luxurious ships will take you from one stunning European city to the next as you discover grand capitals like Vienna and Amsterdam, as well as charming villages and fairy tale castles. After a day of exploring, return to world-class service and fine dining. Your ship is an intimate 5-star floating hotel where you can relax, indulge, and take in stunning views from your own private balcony. An AMA Waterways River Cruise is for travelers seeking something more. It's unforgettable moments. It's making new friends over dinner. It's being treated to fine wine as you watch the chef prepare your dinner right in front of you. It's exploring Europe as you discover new experiences and awaken all 5 senses. It's the journey that will stay with you forever, because it's not just about where you go. It's how you get there that matters. Discover more today by calling your travel agent or visiting amawaterways.com.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good morning, I'm Dick Elton.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Top local story at 8:30. Harvey Weinstein has been lawyering up lately for possible civil and criminal complaints. And today, the NYPD is confirming that, yes, they have opened an investigation. We do have in-depth team coverage this morning of the Harvey Weinstein scandal. A woman recently told the New Yorker magazine that she was a young actress back in 2004 when she says Weinstein forced her to perform a sex act inside his office. Said she didn't go to police at the time, but authorities say if the story is true, the incident was serious enough that he could still be prosecuted for it. And again, police in New York are also encouraging other alleged victims to come forward.
So Weinstein apparently is off to Arizona for sex addiction treatment. Well, what does that really mean? KNX 1070's John Baird continues our in-depth team coverage here in L.A.
Gloria Allred represents a growing number of clients, women who have accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual misconduct. But she tells KNX while she's in favor of treatment, she hopes it's not just a PR thing.
That it's not going to be just a damage control to his reputation.
She says Weinstein, first off, has to admit this stuff.
I think he's going to have to take responsibility for what he has done.
She says she's receiving many calls and emails from women claiming to be victims, and she wants justice for them, even if he wants a second chance.
This is not a movie. With the second half, this is real life, and real people have been hurt.
She wants a private judge to hold a trial with all the victims, and if they win, Weinstein pays compensation. Reporting live in L.A., John Baird, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Back to New York now, where the district attorney in Manhattan says donations made to his campaign by donors connected to Weinstein did not influence his decision to prosecute Weinstein in connection with the 2015 allegation.
If we had a case that we felt we could prosecute, my experts felt we could prosecute against Harvey Weinstein, we would.
They take on many difficult sex crime prosecutions with individuals, irrespective of their background or their money. So that's not an issue for us. We really are based on the facts, not what people think about it.
Cyrus Vance says his prosecutors told him there was not enough evidence to prosecute Weinstein after a woman who said she was assaulted by him wore a wire as part of an NYPD investigation. The New Yorker reported that Weinstein later settled with the woman and had her sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Another high-profile Hollywood actress has come out to say Weinstein pushed her for sex while she was a teenager. Let's get more on that now from KNX 1070's Margaret Carrero.
This time it's Kate Beckinsale. She says she met Weinstein when she was 17 years old at a hotel. She thought they'd meet at a conference room, only to find out, well, it would be his hotel room. And of course, like so many others have said, he opened the door in a bathrobe. She said she refused alcohol, left feeling uneasy, and repeatedly refused to work with him over the years. She admits that harmed her career. Producer and actress Emily Best, who also founded the crowdfunding site Seed and Sparks, tells KNX that there is still a climate of fear in Hollywood, allowing executives to prey on young women.
The culture at large tells women it doesn't actually matter if you come forward, because the people will either get really high-powered lawyers to make sure that you shut up, or nobody will believe you anyway. You'll be cast out, and that guy will go on working just fine. And how many people at the Weinstein Company's heads are rolling beside party?
She says it's time for men in the industry who may have been privy to cover-ups to speak up. Back to you guys.
The Academy is going to have an emergency meeting on Saturday to talk about the whole Weinstein situation. They could decide to suspend or even revoke his Academy membership. He's had it for 20 years. Recently, the BAFTAs, the British equivalent of the Academy, made the decision to suspend Harvey Weinstein's membership.
Actor James Van Der Beek has gone on Twitter to say he was a victim of sexual assault in Hollywood. It said an older, powerful man grabbed him and cornered him in an inappropriate sexual conversation. He would not identify any of those men. Said he understands why people feel shame and do not want to say anything when it happens.
Change for covered California users. We'll tell you more coming up at 8:40. It is 8:35.
And brought you your traffic and weather together every 10 minutes and 5 legit over yours.
Southbound side of the 405 in Wilshire, we have a new two-car crash reported. Looks like it's been cleared to the right shoulder for the most part. The southbound 405, damage is done. You know, Thursday morning, heavy. From at least Sherman Way on that southbound 405. Also, northbound 110, thank you for the tip call. This is where the harbor becomes a Royal Seiko. Before the first tunnel, got a stall in the middle lane there, just adding to the heavy drive through the downtown slot on that northbound 110. In fact, as I look at the 110 north, it's pretty tough. From the Century, bam, it's just slammed all the way, heading up into downtown. 710 South, Rosecrans. 710 South at Rosecrans. We got a stalled rig in the middle lanes there. Two crashes on the 60 East at Pack, believe it or not. The two middle lanes are blocked there. 60 West and Wilcox in Montebello. Two left lanes are blocked. So both sides of the 60, let me tell you, the 60 eastbound is tough from Garfield heading over to the problem at Pack. The 60 West is jam-packed from Azusa because of the problem at Wilcox. Let's go to Scotty's got the Pacific Coast to turn by 210 Jam Cam.
It is a similar 210 eastbound coming up on Osborne. That's where the two left lanes are blocked to crash with a big rig and another vehicle. And at this point, it's jammed from Polk. So basically leaving the Newhall area, really, leaving the 5. Just a jammed up ride there. Use Foothill looks a lot better than the 210. Just try to get back on at Osborne. Should be around the backup. 118 eastbound affected now. Pretty much leaving the 405 as you head over toward the 210. 5 Orange County, Desmond Shaw.
With a singular here, northbound side of the 5 past Camino Las Ramblas as you leave Dana Point, and the delay is severe here. The 3 right lanes blocked. There was a truck on its side. There's a car facing the wrong way in the center divider. It is solid from Avenida to Pico and still growing. Unfortunately, everybody immediately fled the freeway for Coast Highway, and that's not such a great alternate. If you want to get over to Avenida La Plata and take that up the Delback on Ortega Highway, that's out of your way, but it's one of the only other alternates.
Our next report is at 8:45. I'm Jennifer York with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
The temps are going to be in the mid-70s later on today. Sunny skies. Right now, downtown has 65 degrees.
Allison Krause at the Greek. You can see it. You can win some free tickets in our timeline contest. Coming up in 3 minutes. It's 8:37.
It can't always be by your radio. It can't always be by your computer. You can't always be in Southern California, but you can always listen to KNX 1070. Download the allnewradio.com app and listen to KNX 1070 News Radio anytime, anywhere.
Don't have time
time for a sit-down meal? Not a problem. Stop by Applebee's to pick it up. Order online, drive up, and they'll bring your food right out to your car. It's that simple. Order online and pick it up with Applebee's Carside to Go.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 20% off your entire order and interest-free financing for 1 year. 800-846-5700. 800-846-5700. That's 800-846-5700. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life. Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 77451.
This is Hal's yard as Halloween approaches, and summer's harsh heat has turned his lawn into a virtual cemetery. But Hal knows fall is the best time to feed his lawn and repair those scary thin brown patches. So he reaches for Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Fall Lawn Food. It feeds and replenishes nutrients. Roots grow deeper and stronger. So next spring, Hal's grass grows thicker and greener. Guaranteed. This is a Scott's yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Winter Guard today.
Staples knows that when your printer jams more than it prints, it's time. When your paper supply is in desperate need of resupply, it's time. When the only printer in your office that's not out of ink is 3 flights up, it's definitely time. And it's times like these when pros turn to Staples. Staples has great prices on everything you need to print. And now, buy 1 HP ink, get the second 30% off. Staples. It's pro time. Ends 10/14/17. See store or staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply.
Are you looking to furnish your office, conference room, or reception area? How about a home office or any room in your home? Do you want to save money and not have to assemble the furniture yourself? Come in and discover why Court Furniture Clearance Centers have been the secret destination for home stagers, designers, and savvy business professionals for over 30 years. Court prices are super low because they lease their high-quality furniture to model homes, movie sets, and corporate offices. And when the furniture comes back, they sell it for pennies on the dollar. And all furniture sold is inspected and 100% court certified, so you can shop with confidence. You'll find a wide selection of furnishings to fill any room in your home or office, from desks and sofas to unique decorative items. Office chairs under $99. Sofa and chair sets from $299. 5-piece bedroom sets from $399. And 3-piece occasional tables for just $79. New mattress galleries now in most stores. Discover Court for yourself in Glendale, in Westminster at the 405 in Magnolia, in Ontario, or their warehouse stores in Paramount and San Diego, or see them on the web at courtla.com.
Is your SUV smart enough for California? It is if it's a 2017 Ford Edge for 0% with long-term financing plus $3,000 factory cash. The Edge California package is loaded with features like a powerful 2.0-liter EcoBoost engine, leather-trimmed seats, 18-inch wheels, and panoramic Vista roof. And that should make you feel very smart.
Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit 0% APR long-term financing. Offer valid through 10/31/17.
841 at KNX. The president at the White House right now signing an executive order, making the announcement that he is going to allow out-of-state purchases for health insurance, as it's going to expand access and lower costs. Frank Motek's on the story. He's going to have more coming up in just minutes here at KNX.
What's really interesting is, as he's making this announcement, Rand Paul, the senator from Kentucky, the Republican, who was completely opposed to the bill that was going through the Senate, he's standing right behind the president right now, apparently supports this idea of dealing with Obamacare.
You can just see his eyes over Trump's shoulder. It's an odd thing. Cover California, we talked about that. People who bought silver plans might be hit with this new surcharge. But most of them, apparently the people who use Cover California, will actually pay little or nothing extra out of pocket because subsidies are also supposed to go up. 842.
It is time for Timeline. Be the first caller at 866-569-1070. To guess the correct year the following events happen, and you'll win a pair of tickets to see Alison Krauss at the Greek. That's coming up next Tuesday. Our number this morning, 866-569-1070.
The plane went down right behind that big pointy rock.
It was October.
It just flew over.
Singer John Denver dies in a plane crash of his experimental solo
Kind
aircraft.
of went up a little bit and absolutely straight down.
On television,
Why didn't you just attack me when you had the chance?
it's the first season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Fox.
Killed a lot of vampires. I've never hated one before.
Brand new at the movies,
There was a body in there.
Jennifer Love Hewitt stars in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
2 summers ago, we hit Ben Willis with our car, and then we threw his body in